Hey friends, thank you so much for being here. Today's video is very exciting because it is Me Made May and it's also Mend It May. So I'm going to be taking these broken Levi's that are my boyfriend's and I'm going to be making them into a jean skirt. So they're very long. I think we're going to do a full-length skirt. I'll show you what the problem area is. So as you can see, the crotch, well, this part's the booty area, I guess. The booty area has a little hole in it and that just won't do. So they can't really be used as jeans anymore, unfortunately, because of the booty hole. But I think we can turn them into a really cool skirt. So with that all out of the way, let's get started. Now that I've shown them to you guys, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. Basically, I need to start off by seam ripping down both the legs to open them up so that we can turn them into a skirt. So I'm gonna go ahead and start seam ripping. Also, you can see the rip is here, so I just have to be careful to avoid that and then go ahead and start seam ripping, I guess, from where the crotch starts all the way down. I will talk to you guys while I do this, but I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do lengthwise. The thing is, I asked on Instagram what you guys preferred for length, mini, midi, or maxi, and maxi won, but I am not sure if it's gonna work necessarily for this pair of jeans because the bottoms of them are like tapered. If they were boot cut, I think there would be enough fabric to go out and have the correct shape for the skirt because I don't want it to be like a pencil or come in. I will add a slit though if it is a maxi skirt so that it is open enough, and I like the look of that better. Yeah, once again, I don't know if even with the slit, if there's gonna be enough fabric to achieve the correct shape. If that's the case, I think we'll go ahead and try the maxi, but if it's not achievable, then we can go ahead and do, I guess the second runner-up was mini, so that we can try to do something cool to make a mini skirt. I was thinking even something like a skirt could be interesting where it is shorts underneath, because I hate wearing a skirt without shorts, or it's got like the kind of wrap front, because I do like that. I don't like the way skirts look in the back. Maybe I just make it a skirt and wear it with shorts underneath. I'm not sure yet, so yeah, still a bit undecided, but we'll definitely make something cool out of this because it is Mend It May and we gotta use what we've got. We don't want to let things go to waste, especially when they're broken. If I gave this to the thrift store, they would just get tossed in a landfill because they're broken and most people won't take the time to fix them, and it's just wasteful. So there's always things that can be done with extra fabric. Even if you have clothes that are broken and old, you can just cut them up at that point and use them as rags till they're completely done. So there's always ways to recycle fabric and clothing, and it's always the best thing to do, right? We don't want to waste. I'm gonna keep seam ripping this and see you guys when that's done. I don't know how to show this. I have to like hold it because my pins aren't holding, but like I have it pinned in the back like this. I'm not sure, it's pretty small. Like I don't think it's gonna work as the full length skirt because it's not the right silhouette. Yeah, it's just not the right shape for this kind of maxi skirt. I'm just not digging it, so we're gonna have to do a shorter skirt, I think. And then we can make the silhouette a little bit more interesting, a little bit more flattering. Because it's working, it's cool. I want it to maybe flare out and be short. I think that's gonna be better than whatever this is going on. I think if I want to do the maxi skirt, I'm gonna find jeans with wider legs because that will be perfect. But for these are just gonna have to be a short skirt. Hello, so as you can see, we're gonna have to do the mini skirt. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these and then I'm gonna sew up the back. So I have to kind of, this is a horrible angle. I'm gonna have to decide where to cut these. There's a little stain, can you see that? Right there. So I think I'm gonna cut them just above that stain because I don't want like a tiny mini skirt, but I think that length should be fine. So I'm gonna do that, and then we can get sewing. baby girl.
What? Just try your best to cut across the jeans in a straight line. I'm having my cat sit on the other side of the fabric to hold it down so I can cut straighter, but if you don't have a cat, you can always use a paperweight. Okay, I fear that she feels short, but it is gonna be a mini skirt, I guess, so that's fine. So I just pinned this into the natural shape that the jeans want to lay, and then I used a piece of excess fabric from the bottoms of the jeans to pin in the middle of that area. And then in the back you can see that I pinned and folded to make a straight line throughout the back so it's not curved like the way it would be when your crotch was in there before, because it's a skirt now. With most pairs of jeans there's actually 2 rows of stitching, so I'm just going across the 1 row and then I'm going to go again across the 2nd row, keeping the lines nice and straight and lined up with how they were before. Then as you can see, I've cut out the worn out piece of fabric because that's not going to be part of the design anymore. Luckily, it was in that area in the back where it was close to like the crotch area. So when I lined it up straight for the back of the skirt, it ended up just being cut out nicely. And just a little tip for you, if you're doing a 90-degree angle like I'm doing here, I'm just lifting the presser foot but making sure that the needle is still in the fabric, so that way I can scooch the fabric and turn it and then put the presser foot back down so I can achieve a perfect 90-degree angle. Then it's kind of similar to the back here, just going along across those 2 lines of stitching. And then after I'm all done this, I can cut off the excess fabric from the middle because I didn't really cut out a perfect triangle before, so I can just go back in and trim the excess fabric after. And I also decided to leave the trim edge raw instead of hemming the edge. 1, because I liked the way it looked, and 2, because I had to get on a flight to go to Las Vegas, and then my friend picked us up and drove us to Utah for a little visit. So we ended up going on lots of adventures, went on a long hike. I almost died. I didn't almost die, but I got really exhausted. Apparently I'm not as good at hiking as I thought I was, but because we went to Utah, I was able to get some cool footage wearing the skirt and some really pretty red sandy areas, and I got to hold her little dog, so that was really nice. In the end, I definitely recommend trying this DIY, especially if you have some old pair of jeans you want to fix, or even with thrifted pants. This was super easy, so really good beginner project if you're just learning how to sew. I am so happy with how it turned out. I hope you enjoy it too. Like the video if you liked it, and thank you so much for being here. Bye guys.